Hey, hey. That's it, Johnny.
All right, welcome to Two Guys Tech. I am John. That is Rich. Welcome to our room of solitude. Trying to share a room of solitude here. A little weird doing this little long distance video chat here. So, how's everybody doing today? Rich, how are you?
How's everybody doing? I am doing fine, John. How are you doing today?
I am good, thank you.
We got a little bit of lag here.
Got a bit of a delay here. Got a little bit of
I know. So let's look at the chat. Jamie, hello. It's good to hear from you. Utopia,
Man,
Man Choo Choo. Yes, everybody. So hey John, how's life? I haven't seen you in person in it's been like 3 weeks now, right?
Yeah, it has. Time flies when you're doing nothing. All right. Yeah, it's good. How about you? How are you doing? You're in more isolation. I actually have to go out in the public for my job.
That's true.
Get to have actual isolation. How's that going?
I tell you what, I murdered the kids and I buried them, and you'll never find the bodies.
So you're doing great, though.
I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm completely fine.
Cool.
Everything is great.
All right.
Anyway, no, it's going good. So with that, should we get to the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
I guess I go first. Excuse me while I roll down to this first one. Here, John, I got to go in for you. This is a good one. All right. You remember the Boeing's most recent scandal with the 737 MAX, right?
Yes.
That's not what this is about. This is about something completely different. Okay. This is about the 787, which is the carbon fiber wonder plane with the wings and all that. Mm-hmm. And Liam, hi, good, thank you for joining us. So this airplane, the FAA just announced they basically put out an order stating that if you're an operator of a 787, you have to reboot your airplane every 51 days. I'll let that sit for a minute.
Okay.
What I mean by reboot is turn off the airplane, turn the airplane entirely back on.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to know why?
I'm sure it's some weird software glitch.
Yeah, it's a pretty severe software potential. They always like to put the word potential. It's actually several potentially catastrophic failure scenarios can happen.
Oh, great.
Just not one, but several. Okay, so we'll get to the details. So the airplane has a system that is called the Common Core system, which is essentially, think of it as like the operating system the airplane runs.
Okay.
And it's actually running on VxWorks, which is like a real-time operating system that made by a company called by a company named Wind River. It's actually owned by Qualcomm now. Anyway, I digress. But that software has got a bug in it, and basically, they read through this. If you don't restart the airplane once every 51 days, it could lead to an undetected or unannounced loss in airplane common data network messages being sent. So inside of the airplane, there's something called the CDN, which is like an avionics equivalent of a home LAN, a home network, right? Like a wired network. And there's a bug in this software that if you don't reboot the airplane, it stops sending error messages, essentially. Wow. It won't tell the pilot if
it won't tell the pilot in the cabin.
No, that apparently it would tell you, I guess, but it won't tell you how fast the airplane's going, or what the attitude of the airplane is, or the altitude of the airplane, or what the engines are operating at.
Wow.
Yeah, and if I may, it will also fail to tell you if you're in a stall condition or you're in overspeed condition. So they blare these horns, like you see them usually stall, pull down, or whatever. Yeah, big deal, right? And so they issue this. There's no fix yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fix yet. So they told all the companies that fly these 787s, Dreamliners, to basically turn it off once every 51 days, which you think would probably be a normal thing to do. But I was doing some reading. They don't really turn off airplanes. Airplanes don't really get turned off. Airplanes
ready to go.
They bounce back and forth, and they land, and they stay powered at the gate with the thing called an APU, which is basically a power generator in the tail wing. And overnight, even when they're sitting there not flying, they plug them into ground power, and that's when they do their maintenance, and that's when they do their like deep cleaning and stuff like that. So the airplanes basically never get shut off. So reboot your airplane, John. That's what I want to tell you. I know you own a private.
Get on that right now. It's been about 52 days, so I'm safe. So
yeah, that's good. Stormtrooper Michelle, hey guys, he's not first. That's right.
First, I typed it before you even got here, buddy.
Yeah, John just didn't hit send. So yeah, John, I know you own a 787, and good on you.
Yeah, I'm secretly very wealthy.
Secretly, just reboot your airplane. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah,
So, pretty nice, huh? Pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So, what do you got for me, John?
All right. So, Microsoft is adding a news bar scrolling feed to Windows 10. Right now, it is in beta. I'm actually using it right now. My note to myself is more distractions, because that is exactly what this is. In fact, Rich, if you would share my desktop, please. I will share what's going on. So, you may notice down here. I
got to go even bigger.
You got it right here. It's in view, and it is super distracting. It moves every like minute or so, but there's some other options with it. So instead of just having text showing up, I can actually have images. So you can imagine how distracting that is, having pictures randomly moving from your.
That's great.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. I can also have it on the left here, the bottom, whatever. I'm definitely, after this show, gonna erase it. But it's very distracting. I know it's kind of to tell because I got my ultra-wide monitor here, so it seems really small. But on it's I don't know how this is going to be well received. Apparently, you can make it like a ticker for stocks and stuff, which I don't feel like that's something you want to look right now. But every time it moves, like my eyes immediately go down. I've done it several times already during this live show of just looking down, of seeing that movement.
Eyes up here.
Yeah, you get alerts on your taskbar, right? Like, oh, I got a message on Signal, look down, or Discord or whatever. And this, like every couple of seconds, it's like the whole taskbar is moving in your peripheral vision, like the whole thing. So apparently, it's going to have the top regional news from over 4,500 publications, and just icing on the cake, it can only open things in the Microsoft Edge browser. So. I thought that was kind of.
So what you're saying is Microsoft did this thing. Don't install it. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a giant distraction. But yeah, exactly.
You did it.
That's hilarious. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Anywho, that's all I got for that. It's
I love it. That's good.
I expect to see that in a future Windows update. But.
Hopefully, you can disable it by default instead of like installing the next. Big install and then have it come up and be like, oh, here's welcome to your new news ticker, customized.
I just clicked on the stock option. The only one on there is Microsoft Corp. But
well, if you're going to build something like that, you pretty much need to put basically your stock on there.
Yeah, I'm sure it's doing great right now too. I'm not even going to click on it though.
Don't click on it. Moving on, John. Let's talk about what you and I are not doing right now, and that is not wearing any pants.
How did you know that?
It's because why would you get dressed above the waist when you got all this? So actually, it's something more interesting. So, I know we said we wouldn't name the thing that is that to not be named. But now that thing that is that not to be named is out and pretty much keeping most people, not you, of course, but me working from home, the teleworkers are in full force, and I'm doing tons and tons and tons of video conferences all day long, basically. And Walmart, who incidentally, did you know, John, that Walmart is the largest retailer in the world?
Yes.
Now you do. Okay. Yeah, you probably did. You worked for Walmart.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I think you worked for them. Anyway, so
a long time ago.
Walmart is reporting that now that they're seeing a uptick in sales of dress shirts, but not corresponding pants to go with it.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So there are more people wearing dress shirts for their meetings without pants, or maybe just not wearing slacks, because slacks are restrictive, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of the whole business casual.
It reminds me of that British guy like a year ago on the BBC. At least I think it was on the BBC, where like his kids run in the room, and the theory was like, why didn't he get up and push his kids out? It was like, well, he probably was in his boxers, but.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a good point. But it had me going with an idea that I talked to you about, and I wanted to do it. So right now we're in our own little studios. I'm in the studio, right? This is the actual
I got the fake studio right now.
This is real behind me. This is not fake.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like
yours is. Can you touch the nano leaf behind you?
Actually, I set up another camera. Yeah, you can already see it kind of coming across. I actually have some lighting that's supposed to be delivered Saturday. I'm currently using like 2 happy lamps because since I moved to Portland, I'm like, it rains all the time. I need some happy lamps. So this is what I'm currently going on with. I'm in my.
I just wanted to show it over here. Let's make this primary. Okay, you're forgive me.
Yeah, I got some green screen here going on right now.
All right.
Yeah, you can see I got my happy lamp right here sitting on a step stool. I got some actual studio lighting come in because all the studio lighting is in the studio. Weird. But
did you know that we keep the studio lighting in the studio?
Sorry, what?
Did your stock ticker show up on you?
Yeah, just I had to look down. It moved on me.
So but we're showing people this not because there we go. I'll turn this off. So
what it actually looks like.
So let me turn that. Sorry. This is all new to me.
Quite all right.
So there's your green screen, right? And so I thought, since you're green screened and I'm not, why don't we? I picked 5 backgrounds for you, and you picked 5 backgrounds for yourself.
I did,
and I figured we could just go through what we chose as the 5 good backgrounds.
Why don't we throw? We're currently using an app called SteamYard. This is their stock ones. This is a very realistic looking brick wall.
That's terrible.
I'm in a high-end apartment.
Yeah, you know that they just went outside their building and took a picture of the side of the building.
That doesn't look a real brick. That looks like it's like CGI brick and Blender or something. But
wow, John, 2 Guys Tech is paying you too much money if you can afford a place like that. Look at that grand piano.
I'm in an alley with perfect lighting. Do you want to start with yours or mine?
I think we should start with yours since it's your thing. You go first. You start with yours.
At the time, this seemed funny. It doesn't really show because I'm blocking the blue screen of death, but there it is.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
And I got my my Mass Effect office here. Thought that was
you need to move out of the way because I mean Mass Effect Andromeda was a terrible game. So
I actually reinstalled that. I thought I'd give it another try. Now that I have a little free time since I'm not editing videos right now.
Right. So okay, so Mass Effect, and and anyone who's watching the chat, by all means, throw out some ideas. I'd love to see what you guys think would be good.
All right,
continue, John.
Oh, ready? No, I will not work Sundays. Did nobody get that? Okay.
Oh yeah, that's great. Good job.
Yeah, you're not impressed. Not impressed. Hey, look, guys! I brought my DX Racer on vacation.
And you apparently turned off the HDR as well, huh?
Yeah. Definitely got the contrails in there. But.
Oh gosh.
All right, and then we got a library.
Let's call it the library.
Yeah,
so these are all pretty nice. I mean, they're pretty legit.
Are we ready for riches?
I'm ready.
All right, everyone's being.
Hold on before you hit it. I want to state, I went from simplest to most inappropriate, of course. Just
Can I just say no S? That's how you roll.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm hoping that my new lighting will fix some of the green screen errors here. I know I got like a bit of green screen artifacts, but all right, Rich's choice.
That's choice number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I thought that was pretty good. No one's saying anything in the chat.
I know. Are we even live? No one's even talking to us. We're just talking to ourselves. This is the most awkward one-on-one chat ever. All right, this is very relevant to. Have you even watched this documentary? I was telling you about it. I was like, you need to watch this. This is the craziest show right now.
You know what? All I got to say is that's Florida. That's it. That's Florida.
All right.
Yeah, I mean that's Florida, man. That's just the thing. I'm telling you.
All right. Okay. I secretly don't even have a green screen. This is just my room.
Yeah. This is you turning off your green screen so we can see what it's really like in your apartment. It's a big apartment you got. It goes back really far. I even see you got some cleaner back there, which you got everything you need to protect yourself for sure.
All right, and then we got one more from you, and I think a very small amount of people are going to get this. But it just looks like an office. It is an office. That's classy.
Oh classy yes, I love it.
All right,
I love it so very much.
Now that we're done goofing around at the green screen.
I thought that my choices were the best, personally.
Yeah, thank you. See? Classy.
See?
Office. Nothing
Pena,
but
Alexa,
class. This
yeah.
exudes class.
Can you go back to your classy office that you hang out at all the time?
Hang on, I gotta go back.
I think you went there looking for a job, right? I think that's how that worked.
Yeah, they weren't interested. Weird.
Sorry, that was too much. Too much.
Too much.
Too
All
much. All right. Yeah, if you could go back to not being,
I'm just gonna stay in Space Office.
You stay in Space Office. I'm not impressed because Mass Effect and
where's your
terrible.
Space Office? All right. Where are you, buddy? Get back on the screen. Don't think it's just me.
Oh no. Okay. You feel uncomfortable? Okay. I'm back. You're back.
Right.
That's our names. So moving on, where are we at with the okay. So yeah. That was my topic. So you get to talk about something.
Your topic was my office. Love it.
So go for it, John. Let's talk about Sea of Thieves.
So this has freed up some time for us to play some games, and we've kind of gone back to Sea of Thieves now that it actually has some content, and it is coming to Steam now. And I think this is great timing. I feel like the game actually feels more complete now. However, they're going to add crossplay, and this I'm not sure about. I think now that. Not now, but I'm on PC, so I'm okay with this. But I kind of feel bad for console players because
Stormtrooper, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
See you, dude. Has crossplay ever gone well? Like, have they ever kept it, or is it just they implement it and they're like, "Whoa, this is a horrible experience for the console player"?
Well, don't we already have crossplay on Sea of Thieves on Microsoft already?
They used to. Xbox? They took it down.
Oh, they did. So we're actually playing with PC players all the way through.
It's all PC players right now. Okay. And an example right now would be Star Wars Jedi Knight. There was, recently had a port to PlayStation 4 and Switch. And when you're streaming, it shows the IP address on the screen. And PC players were able just to type that in and join the game. And I guess comparing this to Sea of Thieves isn't really fair because this game is pretty complicated, like the moves and everything. I mean, this game's been out for like 20 years. So you got PC players that have just been playing this forever. They're good at it. They got the mouse and the keyboard, and they are just like decimating console players, and they're getting pretty upset about this. So this is a game that was not intended to be crossplay. And I don't know. I just feel like a lot of games have tried this at some point. I think even Call of Duty did for a little bit, and it was just... The mouse is a superior pointing device. I'm not just trying to bring up like the whole PC master race thing here, but like let's just say double clicking on a folder, like you just drag it over and you double click on a folder like that, and being a player's head in the game isn't that different versus a controller where you have to, which the Xbox controller is just the best controller ever, hands down, but it's still not a mouse. So I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. This could just like Sea of Thieves has been a very upward march to like actually being a playable game. Microsoft's had a pretty hard time with this. It got pushed out way too early. And now probably your base players, console players, and you're going to be introducing PC players, like probably not going to be received very well, but
I don't know. This is a good opportunity for people who are not into installing games via Microsoft Store on their Windows PCs, but are Steam users. I think it's phenomenal. I think this is a great idea.
No, I think it's a great move. I just think it's going to upset a lot of people. But
yeah, it'd be great to have more people actually playing the game instead.
This is true,
because right now the people who seem to be playing the game are people who are really good, right?
The people who actually stuck with it. You and I, like, we played it for like 2 months and had a great time with, two other friends. I guess there's probably 4 of us at the time, cruising around in the galleon trying to troll their players. But it's at some point drinking beers with friends in a video game with no content can only go for so long.
Yeah.
So I mean, now actually playing actually has some content, which is actually pretty good. I'm having a good time with it right now. But
yeah, me too. So definitely that's a game to try out for sure.
And yeah, that's all I got for that. We'll just see how the community goes with it. It'd be interesting to see how many copies they sell on Steam.
Yep. So moving on, I I had to pick this out. It's tangentially. So my topics this week are admittedly light, right? I had two good tech topics, one tangential tech topic, and one that's not, which is coming up soon. But you know who LeVar Burton is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So LeVar Burton for me is obviously Geordi from Star Trek: The Next Generation, but also LeVar Burton was like the Reading Rainbow guy when I was a kid.
Yep.
And LeVar Burton actually has a podcast where he reads to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because everybody, I have to say, of all the stuff that's going on right now in the world, there's a lot of people who are just doing really great content just to help people who are in bad situations where they can. And LeVar Burton is going to be releasing live streams on Twitter, which Twitter, I guess, could be something else, but where he basically reads you a book.
Okay.
And like Reading Rainbow style, except a little bit different. So he's doing 3 different live streams that are starting. The most he's doing an adult session, a children's session, and then a young adults, like think teenager session. The adult session starts on Friday this week on his Twitter feed, where he's going to be reading a book from Neil Gaiman, which is going to be great. I'm actually gonna watch it because the guy's got like this.
The adult one's like a book club almost, right?
Yeah, except LeVar Burton's reading to you.
Huh.
Which it's like a book club. You're responsible for reading the book yourself, and then talking about it. I can't bring myself to read the book. So, in this case, LeVar Burton's soothing voice will read me. I'm not sure what the book is that hasn't been announced yet, but if you are interested, starting every Friday here, and his Friday session starts at what? I didn't write down the start date on the Friday one, but I did. Yeah, Friday starts doing the adult session. Monday at 12 Eastern is the children's book, and then Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern is the young adults book. So, what do you think about that, John? What do you think about LeVar Burton, Geordi reading you some books and
see? I'm actually like going out in the public and getting my human interaction, so I don't feel isolated. I don't feel like I need to like go out and watch this stuff. I come home and like I actually want to isolate already. So I mean, I love LeVar Burton. Like like you. Like I grew up with the guy. Like I don't have the best memory, but I have memories of like a Reading Rainbow where he gave a tour of the Star Trek Next Generation set, like that kind of thing. So this is a guy I grew up with. I don't really have that much of an interest watching this, but
really,
I report back. But this is going to be something I'm going to skip.
You can watch Reading Rainbow on iTunes and Amazon Prime in case you want to catch up on that. Just saying.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to see if I can find that Star Trek episode for you.
Yeah, you should. I'll probably watch it and be like, oh.
Yeah, just a trip down memory lane.
But just most like, oh, look how young they are now.
Oh, seriously.
He's a robot.
Anyway. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? So.
Yeah. So, I thought that was pretty cool. And like Utopia said in the chat, Dolly Parton's also doing the same thing for kids because Dolly Parton's got a great voice too for that, right?
Mm-hmm. So. She actually has not to go into like, I know NPR's got a giant podcast on Dolly Parton, which is weird enough to think about, but apparently she donates like a ton of children's books already. So this kind of goes in line with what she's doing already.
So, John, should we move on to your topic? And that is, Dark Sky, which I called Dark Skies earlier, and you're like, no, it's Dark Sky. I actually have the Dark Sky app, but
yeah, I do too.
First, tell people what Dark Sky is first before you start telling what's going on.
It is a very accurate weather app that I originally downloaded because I have a Jeep. I like to have the top off as much as possible. When I moved from Montana to Portland, it rains a lot here, and I go to work, I leave the top off, and I get a little notification on my Apple Watch saying, hey, it's going to rain in 10 minutes. And it's not like Back to the Future 2 accurate, but it's pretty decent, actually. Well, Apple bought this app, and this is an app that is on Android and Apple, and it is no longer going to be available on Android, unfortunately, not until July 1st. Still, this stinks for you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm saying I'm sorry, but this just sucks for you guys. Let's just say
Sorry,
this-
not sorry for you
Yeah,
Android
why
users.
am I apologizing for Apple buying something? But it still stinks. So you'll get a refund if you have a subscription to this. Apparently, I didn't know this, but Dark Sky also operates an API which allows other to license this for their weather app. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but they're actually giving them until oh shit, I didn't write that down, but I believe it's 2021. So a little bit of distance on that. So expect to see this actually integrated into the current iPhone app. But I'm a big fan of this app. I wish I could tell you guys to go download it because it really is pretty accurate. Rich, you used it. I don't know if do you feel the same way? Or?
Yeah, I was actually going to pull it up here by typing in dark sky. There it is. It is dark sky. So that's oh, as I say,
You're getting
important news. Oh, important news. Did you know the important news, John, is that Apple just bought Dark Sky? And so yeah, no, it's a great app. I was skeptical at first, and a lot of people told me about it. You and Brandon both were like, "Oh, this is a great app," but I was like, "Man, you want to spend like who spends like $2.99 on a weather app?" But it's actually great.
No, it is surprisingly accurate, which is really weird. Speaking of that, and I actually forgot about this for the show, but I was going to mention that the weather hasn't been as accurate lately because not as many planes are flying. And apparently the meteorologists get some of their weather reports from airplanes.
Oh, wow,
and
really?
I wasn't actually aware of this. I mean, it makes sense because they're in every part of the country 24 hours a day. But if the news, not the news, if the news too, if the weather isn't accurate or as accurate right now, it's because there's not as many flights. So it's kind of interesting. But
yeah. So I have a topic. This is my last topic that is not
okay.
Officially a tech topic, but I love this thing so much.
You want to know.
Okay. All right. So I want this. I want it now. I came across this like early in the week, and I was like, you know what? I got to talk about this because it's great. You ready? I'm just going to show you what it is. Here it is. Boop. It's that. I want that thing.
Why?
Okay. Because
is it actually powered by the engines there?
No. Well, hold on. So I'll do my spiel here real quick. So
gotta imagine making a turn of that thing.
This is called the Lear Museum, or excuse me, Jesus, I just chewed that up. Lear Museum, like Learjet limousine, Lear Museum. I know that's dad joke aware. 42 feet long, John. It's a Learjet that's been converted into a street legal limousine that you can buy.
How is that street legal? How long is that thing?
It's 42 feet long.
Oh, it's a yacht. It is one yacht, literally.
It's eight. So it's talking more about this. So you know, it's 8 feet long.
Okay.
Or excuse me, 8 feet wide. Sorry, it's 8 feet wide.
Okay. Like, wait.
So I'm assuming it must be there must be a limit on how wide something can be. So I think that's must be within it. It debuted in Dallas, Texas in 2018. I got more pictures of this thing. So
that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
This looks so good. Look at this thing. Oh my God. How could you all right.
So if you own a private jet, you hire a pilot. If you own this, you would hire a truck driver, obviously, because I would not want to drive that.
Well, speaking of truck drivers, this thing is it's up for auction at the Mecum auction that's happening, the Mecum Indy auction 2020. It's supposed to take place in May. We'll see if that actually happens. If you are the successful winner when you bid on this, you don't just get the airplane, you also get a giant trailer and a giant Chevy Silverado, same color to pull it. But I want to talk about this thing. I'm in love with it. And I'm not kidding. I'm in love with this thing. So let's say 42 feet long, 8 feet wide. It's 18 seats inside of that thing with a 42-inch flat screen and a mini bar, of course, and a 17,000 watt sound system with speakers inside and outside. Let's take a look at some of the outside speakers. So that's a speaker. See the speakers right there on the underside of that thing there. There's speakers in its butt. Look at those speakers. That's so good. And let's show you some inside photos. This thing is nice. It's got an infinity floor where the floor looks like.
Yeah, when I think nice and classy, I totally think infinity floor.
Look, man, think of all the money you could make if you could actually legally pick up people and drive them around now. The inside of that thing looks great. I mean, I'm sure they turned up the contrast just a little bit in that photo, but it looks awesome. So funny thing is the inside dash and everything's actually from like a Chevy Silverado pickup. So it's like spare no expense on the bodywork on that thing. They just put all of the, they just skipped all that for the dash. And then there's obviously cameras so you can see around the thing. And little switches on the roof, like a real jet airplane.
Okay.
And look at these wheels.
Yeah, that's the selling point right there. Totally.
I think that is beautiful. I shame on you for not, because I think it's truly a work of art. Here's another good shot from the backside. It's a jet with wheels.
Yeah, I get the idea.
There's a subwoofer in the jet engine.
Oh my God, there isn't there?
Yes, there's a subwoofer in the jet engine nacelle thing. Oh, all right. Well, obviously you're not impressed with that.
No, I am not.
I've been waiting all week to show you that, by the way. Just point blank, all week waiting to show you this jet. And I'm a little saddened that you didn't like it. John, do we have any other topics? Or was that the last topic?
I got one tiny tidbit, which we can just skip because it's pretty bad.
Well, it's pretty bad. What was it? Oh, no. I put it in here. We're gonna talk about it.
All right.
No, sorry. I got it.
No, we're just looking at the jet subbo for the rest of the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Surprise to no one, but YouTube is trying to get into the TikTok game with YouTube Shorts, and there's not a lot to this. I don't think this is a big surprise to anyone. It's surprised they really didn't have anything already, to be honest, is something like TikTok, because everyone else has. Yep. YouTube is owned by Google, and apparently with the short, the music that Google owns and is licensed will work with this. But of course, there's no list, and this is still a rumor. And it makes me wonder, for how long is it TikTok? I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't know. So you get a 1 minute ad for a 30-second YouTube thing. I don't. Can you
I'm sure they're not going to put ads. Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to put ads in it. That would kill it. I mean, if they're going to compete with TikTok, which is a phenomenon right now, especially with certain age groups, that they've got to be competitive. They're not going to throw ads in it for sure.
Well, there's so many restrictions with TikTok too. Well, not restrictions, but not allowed. The army is not allowed to use it, and it's just a giant security risk apparently. But
that's because it's a Chinese company, right? TikTok is so America can go ahead and siphon all the data it wants, but you can't let a Chinese national company siphon your data off. But
right.
Okay. I got one family member who's a big TikTok user. She uses it everywhere. It drives me nuts. So maybe we can switch over. Maybe we can do some TikTok or YouTube shorts.
No.
Shorts? YouTube
no.
Shorts?
No.
Short YouTube shorts. I'm going to go with that. YouTube shorts.
Short shorts.
But short shorts. Oh, but John, I think that pretty much buttons it up for our show. I guess it's me doing the closing, so I'll start with this.
All right.
Two Guys Tech is a YouTube channel. There it is. We're also streaming to Facebook right now. If you're on Facebook or you're watching our YouTube live stream, thank you guys so much for joining us. Consider subscribing. It's the first time you've seen us. We'd love to have you do lots of cool tech stuff. And usually we have a much better production value when we're not,
including integrated chat. I just realized we're talking to people that can't see each other's comments.
Yeah, so it sucks.
We're talking to people on Facebook. We're talking to people on YouTube. But
let's go ahead and get John's profile in there while we talk here. So, there he is.
This is really awkward.
It's great. Really just don't look at the other camera. Anyway, so we're a YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing. It really helps us out. Keeps us making these videos. We have swag. I'm wearing a swag. I think John's covering up his swag. If you're familiar with who we are, go check out what we have. We're actually got some new designs coming that are less like ad brandy sort of stuff, but more like cool tech stuff. So we'll announce that when that comes out. What's next, John? Oh, we have a Patreon that we use, and we use Patreon for helping support the channel. So if you can or considering supporting us, go ahead and drop over our Patreon, check it out. We have some shout outs to do. We do our Patreon shout outs every live show. Mr. Graham Webb, thank you so much. Jamie, thank you so much. Mr. Manchuchu, thank you so much. He's still on there. Thank you guys. Appreciate it so much. And just having you here is really, so if you can't, if it's being able to be part of our Patreon is too much, we understand. We love having you guys here. And I guess I deleted the thank you, John. So instead of the thank you, I'm just going to show a picture of this airplane that I'm in love with so much. I got to find a good airplane photo.
Times are weird. We just appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yeah, that
really do.
Well said. And if you want to buy me that airplane, we don't know how much it costs, but you can send it to the Two Guys Tech Studio. And thank you very much. Oh, there's one other thing I will say, John, that I thought was really great. So I'm going to turn this off. And this is, I just wanted to say, like I said, times are weird. We work with Deep Cool on occasion, right? And Deep Cool is actually sending us some masks, some actual face masks that we're going to donate to the local hospital here in the area when they arrive. I guess they're supposed to arrive like the 10th of this month. So, and that's great. Like the Deep Cool reached out and said, we're coming down from our COVID stuff. And so we've got a bunch of extra stuff, and can you guys use it? And we're like, absolutely. So that's just got to say, that's a pretty awesome thing. So thank you, Deep Cool. And thank you to everybody. Stay healthy, stay safe. If you got to go to the store, be nice to people who are working there, because their jobs suck super bad right now. We'll see you all next week, right, John? Next week?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you then.
Thank you.